Our next piece is a dance to Lord Ganesha, an invocation dance. It's a very well-known piece of music that has been around for several decades and is used often by dance teachers for beginning or younger children. I call this dance Mushika, vahana, stutty, because the verse that we use for it has that phrase in it, Mushika vahana. It is a very well-known shloka, and it says, I bow at the feet of the Lord who rides upon the mouse, he who holds the modaka sweet in his hand. He has large ears, but a small form. He is the son of Maheshwara, and he is the one who removes all obstacles in our path. We bow at his feet. So this dance has a nice mix of pure dance, of technical dance, as well as the expression involved in showing this shloka. Parents, could I ask parents please to be quiet and be conscious of the filming the camera. Thank you. We present Mushika Vahana Stuti.
Mushika vahana modaka hasta chamara karna namaste. Pada namaste. Dhikkutam, dhikkutam, dhikkuttattari dattatam. Kutakittakina tungato dagadam tom. Mushika vahana modaka hasta chamara kanna vidambida sutra. Mushika vahana modaka hasta chamara kanna vidambida sutra. Dhikkutam, dhikkutam, dhikkuttattari dattatam. Kutakittakina tungato dagadam tom. Vamana rupa Maheshwara putra Vighna vinayaka pada namaste. Vamana rupa Maheshwara putra Vighna vinayaka pada namaste. Pada namaste. Pada namaste. Namaste.
Closest to me, we have Ritika Prasanna. And right behind her is Ruchika Ramachandran. Coming back to the front, we have Varshini Mohan. And then to the back again is Anya Ramana. Thank you so much, dancers. Thank you. Our next piece is performed by, I believe they're in their third year of training. They will be presenting two pieces that are put together. The first I call Siva Vandana. It's a very short piece which combines some footwork along with a shloka which we dancers refer to as dhyana shloka. It's a shloka we use to meditate on Lord Shiva, who is the Lord of dance. The shloka says, referring to Lord Shiva, his body is the entire universe. His speech is all sound. His ornaments are the moon and the stars in the sky. And he resides in my inner being. This shloka has a secondary meaning. Angika is the word for body. And in Bharatanatyam there are 4 ways in which we express. The most obvious one is through the body, through the movements of the body. The second, vachika, refers to speech. Vachika abhinaya is to express through the words of the song. Aharya abhinaya refers to the Lord's ornaments, but they are also used in Bharatanatyam as a means, when you're especially in a dance drama, of conveying the character that you are portraying. And finally, and I think most importantly, is sattvika abhinaya, which is that inner consciousness that the divine lives within all of us. And when we are in touch with that aspect of our being, that comes out in the dance form. It should. That is what we are aiming for. So this, again, is another reason why this shloka is particularly meaningful to dancers. So this group will start with Siva Vandana, bowing to Lord Shiva, and it contains this verse. And then it will be followed by Trisra Allaripu, Allari is one of the most difficult dances in the repertoire, but it also is one that we encounter very early in our training, and children at this age have to work very hard to do allari correctly. Even senior dancers have to work hard to do allari correctly. Means the blossoming of a flower. It is a dance which starts first with the eyes and the neck, and then it adds the shoulder and the bend of the body, and eventually the whole body is participating. So it resembles the blossoming of a flower. So these dancers will present Siva vandana and allari.
सर्व वाङ्मयं आहार्यं चन्द्र तारादि सात्विकं शिवं शिवं शिवं
tom ta ti ta ti ta tom ti 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 ta ti ta ti tom ti ta ti ta ti tom ta ti ta tom ta nam ta 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 ti ta ta ti ta ti ta tom ti ta ti ta ti ta ti ta tom ti ta ti ta ti tom ti ta ti ta ti ta tom ti ta ti ta ti ti ta ti ta ti ta tom ti ta ti ta ti ti ta ti ta ti ta tom ti ta ti ta ti ti ta ti ta ti ta tom ti ta ti ta ti ti ta ti ta ti ta tom ti tom ti ta 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 ti ta ti ta ti ta 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 tom ti tom ka ta 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 ti ta ti ki ta 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 tom ti tom ti ta ti ta tom ti tom ta ti ta ti ta tom ti tom ti ta ti ka ta tom ti tom ti ta ti tom ti ta 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 ti ta ti ta tom ti ta ti ta ti ti tom ti ta ti ta tom ti ta ti ta ti ti ta ti ta ti ta tom ti ta ti ta ti tom ti ta ti ta ti ta tom ti ta ti ta ti tom ti ta ti ta ti ta ta chum ta ri ta ta chum ta ri ta ta ri ti ta ri ta chum ta ta ti ta tom ta ti ta ti ta tom tom
Thank you, dancers. That was lovely. Closest to me, we have Rucha Chavate. And behind her, Vedha Girija Ramana. And then Sahana Jaya Chandran. Behind her, Isha Rachakonda. And going over to the other side, we have Mudita Upadhyay, Mihira Dash, Aishwarya Padmanabhan, and finally Deepika Bala. Thank you, dancers. Thank you so much. Thank you. Our next piece is a kavutwam. Kavutwams are a type of poetry, and they are generally associated with a particular temple. And they are a Tamil piece. The poetry is always in Tamil. This particular kavutwam is to Lord Shiva, and we call it Natasha kavutwam. This is performed by a group of dancers who I believe are in their 4th or 5th year of training. I think maybe 4th year of training. It is a challenging dance for them. They are at the stage where they have not yet quite been able to master keeping the arms up without letting the elbows drop. And all of the very quick footwork, stamping, is still a challenge for them. But this is a good opportunity to push them up to a higher level of accomplishment. The lyrics of this kavutwam say, O Natasha, you are worshipped by sages in the forest, by all the gods and even the demons who bow at your feet. The sound of your ankle bells keeps the rhythm while you dance. You are worshipped by Brahma and Vishnu. You dance your tandava, which is a vigorous dance of Lord Shiva, wearing a tiger skin, holding the trident and riding upon Nandi, the bull. You love music. You are adorned with the sun and the moon in your hair. You hold the drum of creation in your hand and are worshipped by 3,000 priests. O Lord of Dance, Sri Natasha. We now present Natasha Kavutwam.
taka dari gudu diri gudu dati mita rita rita kita taka ding ta ding ding tong ding ding taka dimi dimi ta taka dari gudu diri gudu dati mita rita rita kita taka ding ta ding ding tong ding ding taka dimi dimi ta taka dari gudu diri gudu dati mita rita rita kita taka ding ta ding ding tong ding ding taka dimi dimi ta taka dari gudu diri gudu dati mita rita rita kita taka ding ta ding ding tong ding ding taka dimi dimi ta taka dari gudu diri gudu dati mita rita rita kita taka ding ta ding ding tong ding ding taka dimi dimi ta taka dari gudu diri gudu dati mita rita rita kita taka ding ta ding ding tong ding ding taka dimi dimi ta taka dari gudu diri gudu dati mita rita rita kita taka ding ta ding ding tong
கடவன முனி ஜன சகல சுராசுர கண்ணுத பாதா கிங்கினி ஜம் ஜம்
ತಾಡವನ ಮುನಿ ಜನ ಸಕಲ ಸುರಾಸುರ ಸನ್ನುದ ಪಾದ ಕಿಂಗಿಣಿ ಜಂ ಜಂ ತಾಡವನ ಮುನಿ ಜನ ಸಕಲ ಸುರಾಸುರ ಸನ್ನುದ ಪಾದ ಕಿಂಗಿಣಿ ಜಂ ಜಂ
ஜன 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 நூபுர லயகரி கன 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 விதி ஹரி சேவித்த
ಜನ 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 ನೂಪುರ ಲಯ ಗದಿ ಗಣ 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 ವಿಧಿ ಹರಿ ಸೇವಿತ ಜನ 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 ನೂಪುರ ಲಯ ಗದಿ ಗಣ 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 ವಿಧಿ ಹರಿ ಸೇವಿತ ತಡವನ ಮುನಿ ಜನ ಸಕಲ ಸುರಾಸುರ ಸನ್ನುದ ಪಾದ ಕಿಂಗಿಣಿ ಝಂ ಝಂ ಜನ 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 ನೂಪುರ ಲಯ ಗದಿ ಗಣ 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 ವಿಧಿ ಹರಿ ಸೇವಿದ ತಕ್ಕುಡು ದಿಕ್ಕುಡು ತಗ ತರಿ ಕಿಟ ತಗ ತಾಂಡ
கிட கிட தக தரி கிட கிட தக தாண்டவிதம்பர
ತಕ್ಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ಧರಿ ಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ತಾಂಡ ವಿದಂಬರ
திக்கிட கிட தக திரி கிட கிட தக வியாக்ரம சங்கர
ದಿಕ್ಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ಧಿರಿ ಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ಜಾಗ್ರಮ ಶಂಕರ
தொங்கிட கிட தக தொண கிட கிட தக திரிசூலதர
ತೊಂಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ತೊನ ಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ತ್ರಿಶೂಲಧರ
நங்கிட கிட தக நன கிட கிட தக நந்தி வாகன
ನಂಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ನನ ಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ನಂದಿ ವಾಗನ ತಕ್ಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ಧರಿ ಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ತಾಂಡ ವಿರಂಬರ ದಿಕ್ಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ಧಿರಿ ಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ಜಾಗ್ರಮ ಶಂಕರ ತೊಂಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ತೊನ ಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ತ್ರಿಶೂಲಧರ ನಂಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ನನ ಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ನಂದಿ ವಾಗನ ನಾದ ಯೋಗ ಪ್ರಿಯ ಜಗನಂಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ಜಗನಂಕಿಟ ತೆಗಿ ತೂತಕ ತತ್ತಕ ತೈ ಜಕ್ಕ ಜಕ್ಕ ಜಯ ಜಯ ಶಶಿರ ವಿಭೂಷಣ ರೂಪ ಭಯಂಕರ ಡಮರುಗ ಹಸ್ತಂ ತೃತೀಯ ಸಹಸ್ರ ದೀಕ್ಷಿತ ನಾದ ನಟೇಶ ಕೌತಂ ತಕ ತಕ ತಾಂ ದಿಗಿ ದಿಗಿ ದಿ ತಕ್ಕು ದಿಕ್ಕು ತಕ್ಕಿಟ್ಟ ತೊಂಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತಗಿಡಂ ತಕ ತಕ ತಾಂ ದಿಗಿ ದಿಗಿ ದಿ ತಕ್ಕು ದಿಕ್ಕು ತಕ್ಕಿಟ್ಟ ತೊಂಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತಗಿಡಂ ತಗ ತಗ ತಾಂ ದಿಗಿ ದಿಗಿ ದಿ ತಕ್ಕು ದಿಕ್ಕು ತಕ್ಕಿಟ್ಟ ತೊಂಕಿಟ ಕಿಟ ತಗಿಡಂ ತಂಗಿ ಕಿಟದಗ ದೀಕಿ ತಾಂ ದೀಕಿ ತಾಂ ದೀಕಿ ತಾಂ
Thank you, dancers, for that vigorous presentation. Whenever I hear this particular piece, I'm reminded of the vocalist who was such a well-known presence in the dance world of India, Madurai Sethuraman sir. He was very handsome, and we would all love to look at him while he sang and being on the side. And he has such a memorable voice, and he loved to sing so much, and that comes out in his rendering. So we appreciate that. So Closest to me is Asrita Madhukuri. And behind her is Akshaya Saravanakumar. And in the back is Veda Girija Ramana. Going down the other side is Hetvi Donde Boyana. And then we have Meghana Sapidi. And the sweetheart up in the corner is Sahasra Tumpati. All right, thank you so much, dancers. Thank you. Our next piece is a type of dance called a Todeya Mangalam. Mangalam is a blessing, and typically we would do a mangalam at the end of a program, asking for the Lord's blessings on what has preceded. But a Todeya Mangalam is doing such thing at the beginning, and it is a dance that has multiple verses, 4 verses. In this case, each one is in a different tala cycle. The first one is in Rupaka Tala, which is 6 counts. The next tala cycle is Misra Chapu, 7 counts. The first one is Kanda Chapu, 5 counts, then 7 counts, then Rupaka Tala, 6 counts, and the last one is in 8 counts. The lyrics, which are addressed to Lord Rama, with references to the other incarnations of Vishnu, are by Saint Purandaradasa, so the lyrics are very, very ancient. The first verse says, "Victory to Rama, husband of Janaki, worshipped by saints and good people, with the form of infinity and the giver of all auspicious blessings." The second verse says, "Victory to the courageous son of Dasharatha, killer of the 10-headed demon Ravana, friend of Siva, and the abode of purity, with a youthful form, praised by all, whose story is without equal, the Lord with lotus eyes." The third verse says, "Victory to him who enjoys spiritual music, who is the protector of the sages, the giver of all desires, and is praised above all others. He is the light of the sun and the moon, the foundation and support for the whole world, the greatest son of the Raghu clan." The final verse says, "Victory to him who is the essence of all scriptures, the refuge of all people, whose face is the pure lotus, and who pervades the entire universe. He is the giver of enlightenment who resides in Vaikuntha. He is Lord Rama, who is beloved by his devotees, the Lord of Purandaradasa." So these dancers present Todeya Mangalam.
वीर दशकण्ठ संहार दशरथात्मज वीर दशकण्ठ संहार पशुपतीश्वर मित्र पावन चरित्र दशरथात्मज वीर दशकण्ठ संहार पशुपतीश्वर मित्र पावन चरित्र कुसुम बाण स्वरूप कुशल कीर्ति कलाप असम साहस शीर्ष अम्बुज दलाक्ष कुसुम बाण स्वरूप कुशल कीर्ति कलाप असम साहस शीर्ष अम्बुज दलाक्ष दशरथात्मज वीर दशकण्ठ संहार पशुपतीश्वर मित्र पावन चरित्र कुसुम बाण स्वरूप कुशल कीर्ति कलाप असम साहस शीर्ष अम्बुज दलाक्ष दुगुर्तक 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 तक दुगुर्तक 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 तक दुगुर्तक दुगुर्तक दणं तक तदिकिट तं तज्ज तकुंदरिकिट तक तक जं तकुंदरिकिट तक तक तदिकिट तं तक तदिकिट तं तक तदिकिट तं समगान विलोल साधु जन परिपाल कामितार्थ प्रदात कीर्ति संजात समगान विलोल साधु जन परिपाल कामितार्थ प्रदात कीर्ति संजात समगान विलोल साधु जन परिपाल कामितार्थ प्रदात कीर्ति संजात सोम सूर्य प्रकाश सकल लोकाधीश श्रीमगा रघुवीर सिंधु गंभीर सोम सूर्य प्रकाश सकल लोकाधीश श्रीमगा रघुवीर सिंधु गंभीर समगान विलोल साधु जन परिपाल कामितार्थ प्रदात कीर्ति संजात सोम सूर्य प्रकाश सकल लोकाधीश श्रीमगा रघुवीर सिंधु गंभीर दुगुर्तक 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 तड़क तक तदिकिट तो तरिकु तड़कु जम तकिणकु जम तकिणकु जम तरिकु तड़कु दणकु जनकु जनकु गुंडरि करदक तकिडदम सकल शास्त्र विचार शरण जन मंदार सकल शास्त्र विचार शरण जन मंदार विकसित अम्बुज वदन विश्वमय सदन विकसित अम्बुज वदन विश्वमय सदन सुकृत मोक्षाधीश साक्यत पुरवास भक्तवत्सल राम पुरन्दर विठ्ठल सुकृत मोक्षाधीश
Thank you, dancers. That was lovely. And I want to tell you once again that I am so happy this year. You have really improved. This is the hardest dance you've done, and you pulled it off. Good job. Yes, yes. So, closest to me is Shanti Burgu. In the middle is Sonia Kripalani. And on the other side is Madhumita Sivalinga Pandian. Thank you so much, dancers. Our next piece is a lovely sweet song called Antayu in the old Telugu, which is a composition of the great saint poet Annamacharya from the 15th century, so quite an ancient text. This song is combines the pure dance as well as expression. So during the lyrical part of it, the dancers will be depicting the meaning of the words, and during the instrumental interludes, they will be doing pure dance. It's hard to believe when you see them, but this is actually a second-year group. Last year, meaning 2019, when we last had an annual day, they did a basic steps dance. They have made amazing progress, partly because they are not young children, they are a little older, so they learn very fast. This lovely song is addressed to the various forms of Vishnu, including Lord Venkateshwara. The lyrics say, "O Lord Hari, with the lotus eyes, you are everywhere and in everything. You are always close to me in my heart and soul, O Raghurama. You are my family and my wealth. My treasure is your compassion. My thoughts are always on you, and my abode lies in you. You are my body, O Damodara. You are the destroyer of demons. You listen to my pleas for being close to me. You are actually behind me, in front of me, and all around. If only I can see you. You are the origin of all beings and the greatest of men, O Purushottama. I approach you, O Venkateshwara, at your temple and worship you, for you are my ultimate destination." So these dancers now present Antayu Nive.
మధుసూదనా వినికియు నీవే విఠలుడా నా వెనక ముందు నీవే విష్ణుదేవుడా వినికియు నీవే విఠలుడా నా వెనక ముందు నీవే విష్ణుదేవుడా అంతయు నీవే హరి పుండరీకాక్ష చింతనపు నీవే శ్రీ రఘురామ అంతయు నీవే హరి పుండరీకాక్ష పుట్టుగు నీవే పురుషోత్తమా కొన నట్ట నడుము నీవే నారాయణ పుట్టుగు నీవే పురుషోత్తమా కొన నట్ట నడుము నీవే నారాయణ ఇట్టే శ్రీ వెంకటేశ్వరుడా ఇట్టే శ్రీ వెంకటేశ్వరుడా నాకు నెట్టన గతి ఇంక నీవే నీవే ఇట్టే శ్రీ వెంకటేశ్వరుడా నాకు నెట్టన గతి ఇంక నీవే నీవే అంతయు నీవే హరి పుండరీకాక్ష చింతనపు నీవే శ్రీ రఘురామ అంతయు నీవే హరి పుండరీకాక్ష చింతనపు నీవే శ్రీ రఘురామ అంతయు నీవే హరి పుండరీకాక్ష
Thank you, dancers. Thank you so much. Closest to me is Hannah Bhattacharya and her sister Siona Bhattacharya. So they used to live in Memphis, and they had started learning Odissi classical dance style there, which is the classical style from the state of Orissa. And they moved here, and there is no Odissi teacher here, so that is to my benefit, so that I get such nice students. And then on the other side, we have Sangamitra Ilangovan. And Sangamitra learned in Chicago, but she actually did start with Bharatanatyam. Style was a little bit different. So I'm so happy that all of you are here learning, continuing to learn, and doing such a beautiful job. Thank you. Our next piece is a Swarajatti. A Swarajatti has both pure dance and expression. It is somewhat related to a Jati Swaram, but the structure of it is a little bit different. It starts with there's a swara in the beginning and a Jati, and then each of the verses have a swara first, and then lyrics with a type of step we call tattametta, in which we do rhythm with our feet while we are doing hand gestures with our hands. This particular Swarajatti is an unusual one. It is dedicated to and about, the lyrics are about, the great saint Sri Ramana Maharshi, who lived in Tamil Nadu and is associated with Lord Shiva. In the town of Tiruvannamalai, there is a beautiful hill, and on the top of that is a Shiva temple. And it is near there where Sri Ramana Maharshi went and did meditation and attained enlightenment. And unusually, he taught his disciples without speaking. he taught them simply by the power of his example and the power of his radiating divinity. So this dance, the lyrics are about Sri Ramana Maharshi, the great saint who taught Maunam without talking, who gave divine wisdom, who is associated with Lord Shiva, who was one with Brahman, who overcame death through samadhi, through enlightenment. So we now present Swarajatti, Arunagiri. Another one of my adult groups, and I again absolutely enjoy and admire working with these ladies. So closest to me is the mother of Karthik, who danced a few dances ago, and Amita Rachakonda. And then we have Gaurija Menon Sengupta. Gaurija started with me at the Vanderbilt dance group classes quite a number of years ago. Then she went back to India for a while and returned. And I'm just so happy that she came back. And she has a little girl who should be ready for starting class in a couple of years. Or at least so Gauri says. These next two ladies I want to acknowledge. Both of them are excellent photographers, and they both help Kala Nivedanam in specific ways. Nikki is standing here. Nikki Rupright. Thank you, Nikki, for your beautiful dance. Every year she takes photographs of all of our students, and we create certificates with Nikki's beautiful photography on the front of it. That's another thing we had to forego this year because of the danger of all the kids lining up to get their photographs taken. I miss that annual ritual of looking at all the pictures and admiring how beautiful they are and making those certificates. So hopefully we can get back to that next year. And Olga is the one who takes pictures live. She has a tremendous skill of capturing the exact right moment to take the photograph. So she's going to have a little more work the rest of the day today so that we can enjoy photographs from today's program. So Olga Krishtal. Thank you so much, ladies. Appreciate. Our next piece is a shabdam, which is a song in praise of a particular deity. Usually it's a deity. In the shabdam, students of Bharatanatyam start to focus on the expressional aspect of Bharatanatyam more. And they learn to understand the meaning of the words and bring it out on their faces. There are 4 verses typically in a shabdam, and each is sung in a different raga, and each of the 4 verses is separated by a short jatti, which is a pure dance section. Lord Ayappa, whose famous temple atop Sabarimala in Kerala draws millions of devotees every year, and that is the subject of this inspiring shabdam. Born of the union of Shiva and Vishnu, for the purpose of establishing peace in the world, the radiant baby is found in the forest by King Rajasekara, who names the child Manikantan for the shining jewel at his neck, and makes the boy his heir. This angers the queen, who devises a plan to get rid of the boy by pretending to have a headache and sending the boy to the forest to bring the milk of a tigress, which she feels will remove her headache. When Ayappa succeeds in doing this, the queen realizes his divine nature and bows at the boy's feet. Ayappa's divinity is further revealed when he vanquishes the demoness Mahishi and restores tranquility to the world. Those who seek the vision of Ayappa approach his temple after a period of purification in which the 5 senses are brought under control. So this group presents Ayappa Shabdam.
na na da Tateyate tatatam tateyate tatatam takatadigina tom tadana dam dhana tajonu jonu kita tadimi dimi dimi tadiu dimi kita tate tatatam அவனியில் ஹரிஹரனு ஒன்றெனும் சத்தியம் நிலை நாட்டவே புகழ் பந்தளத்தின் பாண்டிய வேந்தனின் மைந்தன் என நீ தோன்றினே அவனியில் ஹரிஹரனு ஒன்றெனும் சத்தியம் நிலை நாட்டவே புகழ் பந்தளத்தின் பாண்டிய வேந்தனின் மைந்தன் என நீ தோன்றினை பாண்டிய மைந்தன் என நீ தோன்றினை அவனியில் ஹரிஹரனு ஒன்றெனு சத்தியம் நிலை நாட்டவே புகழ் பந்தளத்தின் பாண்டிய வேந்தனின் மைந்தன் என நீ தோன்றினை அவனியில் ஹரிஹரனு ஒன்றெனு சத்தியம் நிலை நாட்டவே புகழ் பந்தளத்தின் பாண்டிய வேந்தனின் மைந்தன் என நீ தோன்றினே பாண்டிய மைந்தன் என நீ தோன்றினே அவனியில் ஹரிஹரனு ஒன்றெனு சத்தியம் நிலை நாட்டவே புகழ் பந்தளத்தின் பாண்டிய வேந்தனின் மைந்தனென நீ தோன்றினை அவனியில் ஹரிகரனு ஒன்றெனு சத்தியம் நிலை நாட்டவே புகழ் பந்தளத்தின் பாண்டிய வேந்தனின் மைந்தன் என நீ தோன்றினை மணிகண்டன் எனும் பெயர் கொண்டனை மணிகண்டன் எனும் பெயர் கொண்டனை மணிகண்டன் எனும் பெயர் கொண்டனை தளங்கு தோண்டகதிகின தோண்டதனதோ ಗಣ ತಜಣು ಜೊಣು ಕಿಟ ತದಿಮಿ ದಿಮಿ ததிமி திமி கிட கடுமை தலைவலி வந்ததன பேரரசி சூழ்ச்சியாய் பகரவே புலி பாலை பெருகும் என்று புலி படை கொண்டவள் முன்னின்றனை கடுமை தலைவலி வந்ததென பேரரசி சூழ்ச்சியாய் பகரவே புலி பாலை பெருகும் என்று புலி படை கொண்டவள் முன்னின்றனை கொண்டவள் முன்னின்றனை கடுமை தலைவலி வந்ததென பேரரசி சூழ்ச்சியை பகரவே புலி பாலை பெருகும் என்று புலிப்படை கொண்டவள் முன் நின்றனை கடுமை தலைவலி வந்ததென பேரரசி சூழ்ச்சியாய் பகரவே புலி பாலை பெருகும் என்று புலி படை கொண்டவள் முன் நின்றனை புலி பாலை பெருகும் என்று புலி படை கொண்டவள் முன் நின்றனை பிழையை உணர்ந்தே தாழ் பணிந்ததும் உவந்தவர் கருள் செய்தனை பிழையை உணர்ந்தே தாழ் பணிந்ததும் உவந்தவர் கருள் செய்தனை மனம் கனிந்தவர் கருள் செய்தனை ತಗದಿಗಿನತೋ ತದಣದಂ ಗಣತ ಜಣು ಜೋಣು ಕೀಟ ತದಿಮಿ ಧಿಮಿ ಧಿಮಿ ತದಿಂದಿಮಿ ಕೀಟ ஹரிஹர சூதன் ஒருவனே தன்னை அழிக்கும் வல்லவன் என்றனள் வரம் கொண்ட மகிழ்ச்சியும் எண்ணி திசைகளை கிடுகிடுக்க செய்தனள் ஹரிஹர சூதன் ஒருவனே தன்னை அழிக்கும் வல்லவன் என்றனள் வரம் கொண்ட மகிழ்ச்சியும் திசைகளை கிடுகிடுக்க செய்தனள் அந்த அரக்கிய ஆண்டவம் அடக்கியவளை கோரியம் காத்தனை புவி நிம்மதியை நிலைநாட்டினை அந்த அரக்கியானவம் அடக்கியவளை கோரியம் காத்தனை புவி நிம்மதியை நிலைநாட்டினை புவி நிம்மதியை நிலைநாட்டினை கலங்குதம் தகதரிகிணதம் ததனதம் தனத ஜொணு ஜொணு கீட ததிமி திமி திமி ததிந்திமி கிட்ட மண்டலம் விரதம் இருந்தே இருமுடியை தலை சுமந்தே நாடி உன்னை தேடுவடியார் கருள சபரியில் தோன்றினை மண்டலம் விரதம் இருந்தே இருமுடியை தலை சுமந்தே நாடி உன்னை தேடுமடியார் கருள சபரியில் தோன்றினை அடியா கருள சபரியில் தோன்றினை மண்டலம் விரதம் இருந்தே இருமுடியை தலை சுமந்தே சரணமையப்பா சாமியே சரணம் என்று நாடி உன்னை தேடும் அடியார் கருள சபரியில் தோன்றினை நாடி உன்னை தேடும் அடியார் கருள சபரியில் தோன்றினை சுடர் வடிவனே மணிகண்டனே சுடர் வடிவனே மணிகண்டனே கலியுகம் கண்ட தெய்வமே கலியுகம் கண்ட தெய்வமே சரணம் சரணம் சாமியே ஐயப்ப சரணம் சுவாமியே தளங்குதும் தகததிகினதும் 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 சரணம் சரணம் சுவாமியே ஐயப்ப சரணம் சாமியே சாமியே சரணம்.
Thank you, dancers. Thank you so much. Closest to me is Akshita Madhyalagan. Behind her is Aruna Nagabhushan. In the middle at the back is Prisha Dash. Coming to the other side is Anika Gupta. And on the other side, the far side, is Pramita Upadhyay. Thank you so much, dancers. Thank you. Our next piece is a kirtana entitled Ananda nadamedum padan. It is a well-known song in the Tamil language that describes the cosmic dance of Shiva, the Lord of Dance. The lyrics say, "You are the Lord who dances blissfully with one leg lifted. You reside in the golden-roofed temple and are the Lord of Chidambaram. From you, all music originates, and you are the giver of divine knowledge. Taking a vow of silence, you meditate in the forest. The deer in your left hand, and the drum in your right hand, the crescent moon in your hair, and the serpents adorning your body, all dance as you dance. Your ankle bells make a wondrous sound. Your long hair flows, and the tiger skin around your waist sways. You speak the sweet language of dance, and you are the husband of goddess Sivakami. You are the ruler of the worlds and the giver of divine wisdom. Tat tvam asi, or I am that. That am I. You are worshipped by devotees, by sages, and by those who dwell in the Himalayas. All sing your praise, O Lord, who dances blissfully with one leg lifted. This song is in the raga Kedara Gaula and Aditala. We present Ananda nadamedum Badan.
ஆனந்த நடமிடும் பாதம் ஆனந்த நடமிடும் பாதம் ஆனந்த நடமிடும் பாதம் பொன்னம் பல வாழும் சிதம்பர நாதம் ஆனந்த நடமிடும் பாதம் பொன்னம் பல வாழும் சிதம்பர நாதம் ஆனந்த நடமிடும் பாதம் பொன்னம் பல வாழும் சிதம்பர நாதம் ஆனந்த நடமிடும் கானங்களை தொடர்ந்து ஞானம் தரும் பேரின்ப மோனம் தழைக்கும் யோக பாதங்களில் அமர்ந்து ஆனந்த நடமிடும் பாதம் கானங்களை தொடர்ந்து ஞானம் தரும் பேரின்ப மோனம் தழைக்கும் யோக பாதங்களில் அமர்ந்து ஆனந்த நடமிடும் பாதம் மானுட மருகமு கைகளில் ஆட மதியில் அரபூதமும் திருமுடியாட மானுட மருகமு கைகளில் ஆட மதியும் அரபூதமும் திருமுடியாட விந்தாகும் திருவடிகள் சிலம்பசைந்தாட விந்தாகும் திருவடிகள் சிலம்பசைந்தாட ஷடையும் புலியுடையும் கலந்தசைந்தாட விந்தாகும் திருவடிகள் சிலம்பசைந்தாட ஷடையும் புலியுடையும் கலந்தசைந்தாட ஆனந்த நடமிடும் பாதம் தத்தை மொழி சிவகாமி மணாளன் தத்வகுணன் பதினாங்குழகாளன் தத்தை மொழி சிவகாமி மணாளன் தத்வகுணன் பதினாங்குழகாளன் தத்வமதி பொருளாயதயாளன் சதா நிஜ அன்பர் வணங்கு தாழன் தத்வமதி பொருளாயதயாளன் சதா நிஜ அன்பர் வணங்கு தாழன் கர்த்தரி கிடதி நிஜொழு ಜೊಳುತ್ತದೆ ಸಗದರಿಗಿನದು ಜನ ಜನ ಜನವನ್ನ ತತ್ತಲಿಕ್ಕಿತ್ತದೆ ಜೊಳುತ್ತದೆ ಸಗದರಿಗಿನದು ಜನ ಜನ ಜನವನ್ನ ಭಕ್ತர்கள் முனிவர்கள் இமையோர்களும் புகழ் பாடவும் புனர்ந்தே சடைமதியாடம் பக்தர்கள் முனிவர்கள் இமையோர்களும் புகழ் பாடவும் புனர்ந்தே சடைமதியாடவும் தாம் தகிரம பலிரபம தக்க சுனுரி பமகரி கரி குகுதரி தாம் 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 தகிரம பலிரபம தக்க சுனுரி பமகரி கரி குகுதரி தாம் தாம் மா பனி சரி மகரி தகதாம் தரிதப பமகரி ஹரி கிண்டமானோ நடமேடு ஆதம் பொன்னம் வாழும் பீதம்பர ஆனந்த நடமேடும்
Thank you, dancers. Closest to me, we have Ishika Alapati. You saw her mom in the previous dance. And then we have Sophia Patra. And at the back, we have Shadvi Gauri Shankar. And next to her is Sanjana Alokam. And on the other side, we have Harshita Nallaka. Thank you so much, dancers. Thank you. Our next song is addressed to Lord Ganesha. It is a composition of the great singer Padma Bhushan Sri Balamurali Krishna. He might be more than Padma Bhushan. It's a lovely song. The lyrics say, "Again and again I think of you and worship at your feet, O Lord. You are the Supreme One who bestows compassion and grace. You remove my sins and sorrows." The dancers depict the various ways in which Hindus worship, such as bowing at the feet of the Lord, offering flowers to him, making a garland for his neck, washing his feet, and praising the Lord through song and dance. The lyrics continue, "I do not ask for any boons from you, nor will I ever leave you. I am your servant, O elephant-headed Lord. Like the sun, you are the power that makes the flute, the drum, and the art of dance shine brightly. You are the flowing, sweet, cooling essence of music, like the rays of the moon. To all those people who worship you first, you appear standing before them in all your fullness and glory." One of the issues that we had over the past year is that some of our dancers moved away, some of them graduated, some of them were unable to continue. So in quite a number of our dances, I've had to ask senior students fill in for those who could not be here today to perform as they would have last year. So I want to thank one of our senior male dancers, Karthik, for stepping in, and I want to just acknowledge Jissy David for not being able to participate with us today. So here we represent Pari Pari Nipadame.
నీ పదమే భావన పరమదయావన పావన పది పది నీ పదమే పది పది నీ పాదమే భావన పరమదయావన పావన పది పది నీ పాదమే పది పది నీ పాదమే భావన పరమదయావన పావన పది పది నీ పాదమే పది పది నీ పాదమే భావన వరములు వేడను నిన్ను వీడను వరములు వేడను నిన్ను వీడను వరములు వేడను నిన్ను వీడను కరీంద్రముఖ సుముఖ నివాడను పది పది నీ పాదమే గబగరి గరి తని పగరిగా రిగరి పా గబగరి గబగరి గరి తని పగరిగా రిగరి పా గబగరి గబని గరి తని పగ రిగబరి తని పగరి సరిగ తని పగరి పది పడి నీ పాదమే భావన పరమదయావన పావన పది పది నీ పాదమే మురళీ మృదంగ మురళీ మృదంగ నాట్య ప్రభాకర మురళీ మృదంగ మురళీ మృదంగ నాట్య ప్రభాకర సరళ మధుర సంగీత సుధాకర మురళీ మృదంగ నాట్య ప్రభాకర సరళ మధుర సంగీత సుధాకర పది పది నీ పాదమే
ముందుగా నిన్ను కొలిచే వారికి ముందే విందై నిందై నిలిచే
గబగరి గరి సని పగరిగా రిగరి పా గబగని
గపగరి గరి సని పగరిగా రిగరి పా గపగని
గబగరి గరి సని పగరి గగ రిగరి పబ గబగని
గపగరి గరి సని పగరిగా రిగరి పా గపగని
గబగరి గరి సని పగరి గగ రిగరి పబ గబగని
గపగరి గరి సని పగరిగా రిగరి పా గపగని
గబగరి గరి సని పగరి గగ రిగరి పబ గబగని
గపగరి గరి సని పగరిగా రిగరి పా గపగని
గబగరి గరి సని పగరి గ గరి గరి పా పగ పగని ని గబగరి గరి సని
పగరిగా గరి గరి పా పగపగని
ని గబడి గరి సని పగ
రిగ పడి సని పగరి సరిగ సని పగరి
పది పది నీ పాదమే భావన పది పది నీ పాదమే
It always gives me immense pleasure to introduce my adult students. I see the joy in them when they dance. And particularly this year, I just don't know how they managed, particularly the mothers. They work, all of them. They raise their children, take care of their children, take care of their children's online classes. Of course, all of us ladies know that we cooked a whole lot more this past year. We were always cooking. And still they had time to practice and dance. And it fills my heart to see them. So closest to me is Gayatri Lakamaneni. Behind her is Pooja Srivastava. And then we have Karthik Rachakonda. Karthik performed his Arangetram in 2019, and he is a senior this year, so I'm not exactly sure if he's decided where he's going. I know one of his options might be to stay in Nashville, so of course we all hope for that. And then we have Olga Krishtal. And Olga Krishtal will be in another dance because she enjoys dance so much that she takes more than one class. And then we have Sri Ranjani Alapati. All of these ladies and Karthik are just amazing, and I thank all of you so much for your love of dance and your support of Kala Nivedanam. Because Lord Shiva is the Lord of Dance, there are many, many pieces to him. But his consort, Goddess Parvati, is also a beautiful dancer. Mythology says that the tandava, or the vigorous and masculine style of dancing, was created by Lord Shiva, whereas the lasya, graceful style of dancing, was created by Goddess Parvati. So this dance gives Parvati her due. According to Hindu philosophy, Shakthi is the feminine divine power in the universe. She is also known as Devi, the Divine Mother. And Shiva is her masculine counterpart. Of course, she has many names: Ambal, Parvati, Gauri. While Shiva is the source of spirit, consciousness, and energy, Shakti is their manifestation, one latent, the other expressed. Together, Shiva and Shakti are life itself, and their interplay is the divine dance of consciousness. The Tamil lyrics for this song celebrate the dance, or tandava, lasya, of Shakti. The lyrics say, "In bliss she dances, with the sky and earth bowing down happily, and with the veena sounding the mantra Om, in the knowledge space of consciousness, in bliss she dances." Ananda natanam adinal is the text. Her manifestation is the 5 powerful elements: earth, water, wind, fire, and space. In the great cycle of time and creation, with the 5 elements resounding to the 5 rhythms provided by Shiva's servants, in bliss she dances. Engaged in the 5 divine actions, which are creation, preservation, destruction, veiling or maya, hiding the truth, and salvation. In bliss she dances. Her devotees pray for refuge in her divine grace, which she grants with joy. In bliss she dances. So this dance we call Shakti Tandava, and the lyrics are Ananda Natanam Adinal.
शुम्भनिशुम्भ दैत्यशमनी या रक्त बीजाक्षिणी या श्री विष्णु सरोजनेत्र पवन या ब्रह्म विद्या सती या देवी मधुकैटपासुररिपुः या महिषासुर हंसिनी मामंब पुरवासिनी भगवती रंब माधवतु 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 ആനന്ദനടനം ആടിന ആനന്ദനടനം ആടിന ശക്തി ആനന്ദനടനം ആടിന സച്ചിദാനന്ദനടനം ആടിന പരാശക്തി നടനം ആടിന സച്ചിദാനന്ദ നടനം ആടിന സച്ചിദാനന്ദ നടനം ആടിന സച്ചിദാനന്ദ നടനം ആടിന ആനന്ദ നടനം மகிழ்ந்திடவானும் பூமியும் வணங்கி மகிழ்ந்திட ஞானவேணியில் வீணை ஓம்போமென ஞானவேணியில் வீணை ஓம்போமென ஞானவேலினில் வீணை ஓம்போமென ஆனந்த ஆடின ஆடின பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க கணங்கள் வாழ்ந்தாலோ வழங்க பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க கணங்கள் வாழ்ந்தாலோ வழங்க பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க வாழ்ந்தாலோ வழங்க பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க தக்கிட்ட தின்ன தாங்க தக்கிட்ட தின்ன தாங்க தக்கிட்ட தின்ன தாங்க தாங்க தக்கிட்ட சொல்லுதான் தக்கிட்ட தின்ன தாங்க தக்கிட்ட தின்ன தாங்க பஞ்சபூதங்கள் பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க தத்தே தம் கண்ண தம் பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க பஞ்சபூதங்கள் முழங்க தத்தித்தகனகஜம் தடுவிடதகதாம் தித்தம் தத்தித்தம் தகதித்தகனகஜம் தடுவிடதகதை தித்தை தத்தித்தை தத்தித்தக அதிரப்புவிகள் குலுங்க ஐந்து தொழிலும் துலங்க நானோ அதிரப்பு புவிகள் குலுங்க தஞ்சம் தஞ்சம் என்று அன்பனோரை தஞ்சம் தஞ்சம் என்று அன்பன் முறையிட தந்தா தந்தா தாகிட தக்க தீபன ஆகவுங்க
Thank you so much. You all look like Devis when you dance. Beautiful. All right, closest to me is Sucheta Shashi. Behind is Ankita Dyapa Reddy. In the middle is Dichana Ramesh. Behind her is Snigdha Narayan Das. And in the front on that side is Ameya Nath. So Sucheta actually went to college this past year at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. And we were very lucky that she was finished with her classes so that she could come back and dance with her group again. And it feels good for all five of you to be together. Thank you so much, dancers. Thank you. Our next dance is performed by perhaps my senior-most group. One of these girls completed her arangetram this past year, again in June of 2020. Again, it was a decision of how to go forward with that during the pandemic, and we decided that we would go ahead without a live orchestra and with a distanced audience. So many things have been affected by the pandemic, including arangetrams all over the world. I'm so grateful that Sia went ahead and did hers. It was just a very special, special day. And two of the other girls in this group that are dancing we're preparing for arangetram. We have pushed it back to 2022. It's a great pleasure to work with dancers at this level. When you have Bharatanatyam is a very difficult dance form, and it takes quite a number of years to internalize all the movements. So the little things like the arms being lifted and the fingers stretched come automatically, and you don't have to think about it anymore. So I very much enjoy working with this group. They are presenting a somewhat unusual dance. It is set to instrumental music, a Tillana, instrumental Tillana in the raga Kapi. And we decided to create a little story with that song. The story goes that 4 dancers get together for practicing, and they come in and they tie their hair up and they get their bells, and one girl is late. They chide her for that, and then they start dancing. And they take a little break and they dance some more. And then just before they're finished, they are tired. So they sit down and they talk to each other about what dance means to them. And the first girl says, as she's wiping sweat off her brow, that she likes the fact that it makes her body slim and healthy. And lest she appear not that shallow, she continues and says, but it's also a way of worshipping the Lord Shiva. The second girl says she likes how she can become different characters through the dance. She can get out of herself and imagine herself in other characters, from a king to powerful goddess Durga to a beautiful maiden in love. And this dancer says she enjoys experiencing all those different emotions that different characters manifest. The third girl says that when she is troubled, sad, and upset, when people scold her or are mean to her, when she feels that her burdens are heavy, dance is a way to escape and shed all of her worries. And the fourth girl admits that when she was young, her mother used to force her to go to dance class, which I think some of our younger children may remember. But now that she is older, she finds it to be a wonderful way to connect with the culture and traditions of Mother India, and she is grateful to her mother for encouraging her when she was young. The girls then dance some more, and then they go their separate ways. We call this dance Nrityanandam, the joy of dance. And we present it now. Thank you so much for that charming dance. I enjoyed it. Closest to me is Sia Kripalani. Behind her is Sanjana Sitaram. Next is Ananya Arkat. And on the other side is Kiran Gupta. Thank you so much, dancers. Thank you. Bharatanatyam recitals typically conclude with a Tillana. And the reason is quite obvious when you see them, because they're very vigorous, joyful dances. They're very difficult to do. They require an awful lot of stamina and real control over the footwork. But they give the audience such a feeling of joy. A Bharatanatyam full-length recital is like a journey. It starts with a dance of invocation. The middle of it is a very intense and long dance with very deep expression. In the second half, there are often some lighter expressive pieces. And then it concludes with this fast and joyful type of dance called a Tillana. It highlights the intricate footwork and the beautiful poses of Bharatanatyam. This Tillana in Hindola Raga, Hindolam Raga, is a composition of my guru, Sri M.V. Narasimhachari. It's one of his sort of statement pieces, a well-known Tillana composed by him. The Sanskrit lyric towards the end is taken from the Natya Shastra. Actually, it's not the Natya Shastra, it's Abhinaya Darpanam, and it describes the process of creating rasa, or aesthetic enjoyment in the audience. This is a very famous verse. Yato hasta stato drishtihi. The meaning is, wherever the hand gesture goes, there follows the glance of the eyes. Wherever the eyes go, there follows the mind. Wherever the mind goes, there emotion will arise. And wherever there is deep emotion, there will spring forth rasa. Rasa means taste or flavor, and it is the word that describes the idea of aesthetics in Hindu art forms. The purpose of all art is for the viewer to experience rasa, tasting the divinity and beauty in that art form. And this verse describes the pathway for that to happen. So we present Tillana in Hindolam Raga and Aditala, an 8-count rhythmic cycle.
ధీంతనం ధీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన తిల్లాన నాదురుదురుదిం ధీంతనం ధీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన నాదురుదురుది ధీంతనం ధీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన 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 తిల్లా నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురుదురుది నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదు నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురుదురు నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురుదురు తదిమిట దిమికడ దిమికడది నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురుదురు తదిమిట దిమికడ దిమికడ దిమి నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురుదురు తదిమిట దిమికడ 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 నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తదిమిట దిమికడ 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 దిట్టలంగు తగతం తగ దిట్టలంగు తగతం తగ దిగ దిట్టలంగు నాదురుదురుది దెయింతనం దీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన తిల్లాన నాదురుదురుది దెయింతనం దీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన తిల్లాన నాదురుదురుది దెయింతనం దీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన తిల్లాన నాదురుదురుది దీంతనం 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 ధీంతనం ధీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన తిల్లాన నాదురుదురుది 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 తరగం 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 సత్యం ఆగా ఆ ధీంతనం ధీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన తిల్లాన నాదురుదురుది ధీంతనం ధీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన తిల్లాన నాదురుదురుది ధీంతనం ధీంతనం నాదురుదురుదురు ధీంతనం ధీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన తిల్లాన నాదురుదురుది ధీంతనం ధీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన తిల్లా నాదురుదురుది ధీంతనం ధీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన తిల్లాన నాదురుదురుది ధీంతనం ధీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన తిల్లాన నాదురుదురుది ధీంతనం ధీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన తిల్లాన నాదురుదురుది ధీంతనం ధీంతనం నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తిల్లాన తిల్లా నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదు తలిమి తదిమికడ దిమికడదే నాదురుదురుతం దురుదురుదురు తదిమిక దిమికడ 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 దిట్టలంగు తగ దిట్టలంగు తగతం తగ దిగ దిట్టలంగు నాదురుదురుది ధీంతనం తనం తనం యతో హస్త స్తతో దృష్టి यतो दृष्टि स्ततो मनः यतो मनस्ततो भावः यतो भावस्ततो रसः यतो हस्तस्ततो दृष्टिः यतो दृष्टिः ततो मनः यतो मनः ततो भावः यतो भावः ततो रसः धी निसगम सानिदम निरमग सदनी निसमग गमनिद मदनिस सगगनि सगगदसदी निसगम सानिदम निगमग सदनी निसमग गमनिद मदनि सगगनि सगगदस Tillana na dir 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 dim tadim tadim dir dir tillana na dir 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 dim 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 tillana na dir 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 dim tadim tadim dir dir tillana na dir dir tom dir 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 na dir dir tom dir 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 dir
Wonderful, beautiful dancers. Very, very nice. You gave the audience a true taste of what a Tillana is. Just vibrant and full of life. Thank you. Closest to me is Gia Nandre. And next to her is Urvi Mulchandani. Both girls are athletes, which explains why they're able to do the Tillana without heavy breathing. Gia is a star lacrosse player, and Urvi is a star cross-country runner. This class, when we disbanded, had 5 people in it, and for various reasons it's down to 2, but you both made me very, very proud today. Thank you. Thank you.